Joining me now is the Ambassador William Taylor. He's the Vice President for Russia and Europe at the U.S. Institute of Peace. He served as America's ambassador to Ukraine from 2006 to 2009. He also served as the charge d'affaires at the U.S. Embassy in Kyiv in 2019. He served as a diplomat, coordinating assistance for the former Soviet Union from 1992 to 2002. Ambassador, good to see you. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you all. It's great to be here again.
We are now closing in on 1 year of this war. And when you look back, you and I have been talking since before it started. When you look back, the things that the Ukrainians have asked the West for, which the West has said no way, after several weeks or months become a reality. So now they've got their tanks. They have 2 weeks ago, there was a remarkable commitment of weaponry and ammunition from the West. Now they're asking for airplanes and long-range missiles. Joe Biden said nope when asked about that the other day.
And so probably what President Biden meant was, ask me again later, because that's been the trend, exactly as you say, Ali. The Ukrainians have been asking for air defense, and they've gotten air defense. And the air defense that they've gotten has gotten steadily more lethal and longer range. You know, you remember the air defense that we started out with, these Stingers that were handheld by soldiers, and very effective. They're very effective. And now we're at the top. We've given them the top of the line. We give them the Patriot anti-aircraft missiles. That's the top. That's what we use. That's what the United States military uses. So it's gone from Stingers to Patriots. Same thing, Ali, on the anti-tank. You know, we gave them the javelins that an individual soldier can fire at tanks. And now we're all the way up, as you say, to HIMARS, these long-range rockets, medium-range rockets. And actually, just this week, Ali, the administration has agreed to send longer range, much longer range rockets to allow the Ukrainians to fight deeper, to target deeper into Russian-held territory. So this has been the trend. My bet is that range gets longer. My bet is sooner or later, I hope sooner, there will be aircraft added to that mix.
We have not had great diplomatic progress over the last year. We now have a brand new U.S. ambassador in Russia. With a year coming along and a stalemate at the moment, although we are expecting a massive Russian offensive in Ukraine, is there a possibility for a diplomatic approach and something that looks like an exit ramp for Russia?
So, Ali, we always look for options for peace. We always look for ways to stop the war, to terminate. War termination is something that we're looking at. And one way that wars end is through diplomacy, as you've said. But the rightness, the ability for diplomats on both sides to come to some kind of agreement depends on how ripe the situation is. And it's just not ripe yet for either side, Ali. That is, the Ukrainians don't want to stop while they're pushing the Russians out. The Ukrainians want first to push the Russians out of their country. The Russians, Putin in particular, has not figured out, has not realized, has not gotten it that he's actually losing this battle. And he would like to have a ceasefire in place. So that's what, so Putin is in a bind, Ali. And it's sooner or later, there will be a victory, I think, in terms of the Ukrainians being able to push the Russians out of their country. And at that point, there will be the time for diplomacy. We're looking for options for peace, and that could be one.
I don't know if when you and I talked last February as this was ramping up, I'm not sure whether either of us would have thought we'd be talking about it a year later. What does it tell you that we're still talking about it a year later?
It tells us, Ali, that the Ukrainians are resilient, determined, motivated in ways that the Russians aren't. The Ukrainians, like the defenders at Stalingrad, this is so interesting. You're right. The ironies are amazing. The defenders of their own nation, of their own country, of their own city, of their own communities, they win. They're determined. They know why they're fighting. The Ukrainians know why they're fighting, to defend their land. The Russians, the aggressors in this case, don't know why they're fighting. Putin has not been able to tell his soldiers or his civilians, his people, or indeed us, why he invaded. So that's the big difference, it seems to me, Ali. In terms of motivation, it's clear to the Ukrainians. Now, the weapons are coming in stronger to the Ukrainians, and the Russians are running out, and they don't have places to go to replenish their weapons.
Bill, always good to talk to you. Thank you for being with us. Bill Taylor is a former American ambassador to Ukraine and the vice president of Russia and Europe at the U.S. Institute for Peace.